This will just be a quick tutorial on letting the user change their email. So, first things first, you're going to want to run git pull and then yarn, because I made a lot of big changes to the structure. Basically, if you remember, all our code for profile was in profile.js before, but I moved all of the login stuff out into a separate file called login handler, which is in src/components login handler. And there's also a new component here called user profile, which will display the user's profile. You also see I use a state variable and a ternary operator, kind of like what we did for confirm password. So if user is not null, so the user signed in, it'll render their profile. Otherwise, it'll render the login sign up screen. So let's run yarn start or npm start, whatever you use. I'm already signed in, so you'll see I'm at this screen. But if I log out, you see this screen right here. I'm gonna log back in. Yeah, the password is just password123, so it's bad. But this is what we want to implement, this change email. So we want to be able to type in an email here, email.com, and it should change the user's email for them. So how are we going to do this? First, go to userprofile.js, which is in src components user profile. We're going to import a method here from the Firebase auth library called update email. It should autocomplete for you, but it's called update email. And let's just put it here real quick just to see the parameters of the function. It takes a user, which is a Firebase user, and a new email, which is a string, which will be the new email, right? And it updates the user's email address. Now you see the return type of this function is a promise. And a promise in JavaScript is an object that represents an asynchronous action. So it's an event that hasn't happened yet. Like update email, right? It takes time till you go to the server and like do the things, whatever. So it doesn't finish right away as soon as you call this function. So we're gonna need to write separate code to handle the results of this promise. So a promise can have three states. It's either pending, meaning the action is still going on, or it's resolved, meaning it finished successfully, or I think this is called reject, is the last state, which is if the promise failed the action. So anyway, we're gonna put the on click for change email. Let's just put it here. You can just copy this syntax exactly if you don't remember it, but we're gonna make a function here for on click. Also, we're gonna want a state variable. If you don't remember how to do that, it's in login handler. We're gonna make a state variable and keep track of it in the inputs here, like on change set email. We're gonna do something similar for here, but let's assume you already did that. Let's just say we have a variable called email. Then in the on click, when I want to update email, again, it wants to Firebase user. For this, just type props.user, and then the new email will just be your state variable. And then again, like I said, we need to handle the results of this promise. If it succeeds, we handle that with the .then function, and if it fails, we handle that with the .catch. And each of these takes a function, which again, we're going to use the syntax. And here, similarly, it takes a function. And these functions will be called when the promise either resolves or rejects, respectively. And the parameters will be whatever that function should return when it's done. So for catch, it'll be an error, and we'll want to generally just alert the error. I think error.message gives you like an actual like string. And what should this return? Well, I guess it doesn't matter what it returns. So we can leave this blank because as long as it gets to the .then, that means it succeeded. So we just do like a 60. Right, I can't really test this because I don't have a state variable, but hopefully you're able to test this yourself, like make an account and then try to change the email. Yeah, I think this should just work. So just import this. The user should be props.user, and then make a state variable, handle the promise. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.